Hey there, Internet. Today I'm going to be listing off my favorite movies of 2023. These are films that I personally enjoyed, and I would say they're the most rewatchable movies of the year. That's kind of how I rate my films is, do I want to see this again? How many times can I rewatch this sort of thing? So I'll start with the top. Number one movie of the year, in my opinion, Oppenheimer. I've seen this movie 4 times, saw it in theaters, saw it at home, went out to Skywalker Ranch to see it again just to have it with the amazing sound system. The soundtrack alone for this movie is incredible. You mix it with the dialogue, and it's like a fine wine that you can just enjoy year after year. It's especially timely given everything happening in the world. So definitely don't sleep on Oppenheimer. If you saw it one time, I recommend seeing it again. The first time I saw it, I didn't like it quite as much as the second time, as the third time, as the fourth time. Next up, Blackberry. This is another movie I've already seen multiple times this year, and I just got the DVD of it so I can listen to the commentary tracks and rewatch it again. It is incredibly funny, it's incredibly witty, and it's worth checking out. Next up, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Amazing update to the first film. So many different layers in the movie. There's a lot going on in the background and different things that you can take away each time you see it. Next up, Godzilla Minus One. Really enjoyed this one. I can't wait to rewatch this with my wife. And I saw it already with my daughter. Amazing, amazing action movie. Really funny, really heartwarming. Well done. Society of the Snow. I've only seen this once, but I'm already looking forward to rewatching it again when it comes out on Netflix in a couple days. The Boy and the Heron. Just watched this the other night. Again, another one that immediately after you finish watching it, you're like, I kind of want to rewatch this again. It was just so well done. There's so many layers in it that you can watch it again and again, and you take away new things. Joyride. This is a movie that made me laugh, made me cry. I've only seen it once so far this year, but I want to rewatch it. I think it's a really well done movie that kind of caught me off guard. I didn't expect to like this one as much as I did. Next up, Holdovers. Another great one. Posted the review a couple days ago. Just seems like something I'm going to come back to every Christmas to rewatch. Poor Things. Next up, really good. Female Frankenstein. After that, Nyad, really emotional, powerful movie. It had me at the end, just kind of like, oh man, she's on the beach, she's gonna make it. Dream Scenario, just watched this one the other night. I need to post my review, but really well done. Nicolas Cage movie, talking about fame and a lot of other things. Next up, Talk to Me, really original, scary movie with the hand. Just really enjoyed this horror movie. After that comes Missing. This is one I actually didn't get to see in theaters, but watched it online. Amazing movie, keeps you guessing all the way into the end. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it yet. Last Voyage of the Demeanor. This is a great Dracula movie. If you like vampires, this is kind of an original take on that. Next up, The Killer, David Fincher, always great. Wasn't top tier Fincher, not like Zodiac, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, any of those movies, but still very entertaining, worth rewatching. Beau is Afraid, another one that was super good. I imagine if I watched again and again, I'm going to take away more and more stuff, but just a really interesting, unique sort of film. After that, Anatomy of the Fall, really good one, makes you question a lot of things. Super well done. Next up, Mission Impossible, The Dead Reckoning Part 1. Really enjoyed this movie, had good action scenes, kept you guessing with the AI bad guy. Pretty good. Next up, Still, Michael J. Fox movie. I really liked this in terms of a documentary. You learned a lot more about Michael J. Fox and his life and what he went through. It's also kind of a behind-the-scenes making of Back to the Future. Finally, Evil Dead Rise. Really loved the Evil Dead movies. Wasn't sure what to expect with this one. The last modern day version they made, I didn't really care for, but this was amazing. Setting it with female characters, it just was a different twist on it. So really enjoyed that. After that comes Leave the World Behind. Really found this one interesting and fun. Wish I had seen it in theaters. Next up, Nowhere, about the woman stranded in, a crate inside, the ocean, and she's trying to survive. Really, really emotional movie. Didn't expect a lot from this one, but it was great. American Fiction, just saw this one last night. Really funny, really sad movie. Had a lot going for it. Definitely on the top list of the year. Past Lives, I watched that after American Fiction last night. Really good, really sad movie. I kind of wish there was a little bit of humor in this film, but really well done. So it ended up on my list, but at a much lower level than I think most people. Finally, the last one to make it on the list this year, Saltburn. A lot of controversy with this movie. Some people didn't like it, some people liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought definitely a little demented in some ways, but worth checking out. Finally, we'll move on to Still Haven't Seen list. This is all the movies that I haven't seen yet that maybe could have made it on the list, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't judge it. Master Gardener, Paul Schrader's movie. I've heard good things about this. Sigourney Weaver in there. Ferrari, Michael Mann makes a movie like, every 10 years now. Need to see this one. Adam Driver, Penelope Cruz. The Zone of Interest, heard a lot of amazing things about this movie. It's like a Holocaust film, but it's not really, like, they don't show what's going on. It's more about the German people living happy, so it's kind of interesting. Really want to see this one when it comes out in theaters in a week. The Color Purple, been hearing a lot of good stuff about this. Probably see this next week too. Fremont, I've heard only good things about this amazing black and white movie shot in the Bay Area. Need to check it out. Bottoms, I need to check out. Napoleon, Hunger Games, Dumb Money, The Pigeon Tunnel, Silent Night, Occupied City, Showing Up, Fast Charlie, Inside, Hitman. So many movies I didn't get a chance to see yet. So that's a whole different list. Finally, I have a tier of interesting, but not amazing. These are movies I thought were good. They get a pass, but they're not on my top list. It's not something I really want to go back and rewatch it. This would be Air, Barbie, which I thought was good production design, but it didn't really connect to me so much. Cocaine Bear, again, it was a fun one, but I'm not really super interested to watch it again. The Creator, saw this one recently, had some good action sequences, but half the movie the kid just goes like this and solves everything. Killers of the Flower Moon, really sad, disappointed with this one. I wanted this one to be a really good movie. I love Martin Scorsese. I think the topic is interesting. I read the book years ago when they first announced it, and yet it somehow let me down and felt like a very slow, draggy movie. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe I'll enjoy it more. But right now, it's just on the interesting, not amazing list. Infinity Pool, I thought this was a cool concept, but then it kind of sputtered out. No Hard Feelings. I actually like this one, really funny. Jennifer Lawrence, maybe this one gets bumped up on my good list because I would watch it again. Fair Play, another fun one, but, again, is it amazing? I don't know. The Flash, again, pretty interesting, had some cool visuals, but maybe not the best. Renfield, good concept, but not the proper execution, maybe. Scream, 4, interesting. I liked the beginning, the concept. This one I'd rank a little bit higher, maybe. John Wick 4 kind of put me to sleep. May, December, I didn't think was that interesting or that great once you got past the concept. Super Mario Brothers, a lot of people love this, one of the highest grossing movies of the year. Didn't really do it for me. I kind of wish it was a live action and not an animated. But again, for kids, I get it. Reptile, this one was fun, Benicio del Toro, but again, I wanted a little bit more in there. Pope's Exorcist, fun to see Russell Crowe running around on a moped. The Nun 2, also kind of interesting. The Covenant, good action movie. Now I get to movies to avoid. I recommend do not watch these films. They are not worth the price of admission. They're not worth your time, frankly. 65, wow, really boring one. I thought the concept was good, but then it just was like, where are the dinosaurs, man? All Dirt Roads, Taste of Salt, paid to see this one in theaters. Director was there, producer was there. There was no plot. There was nothing that wanted to hook you to these characters. It was visually interesting, but not my cup of tea. Asteroid City, again, it's like it could be the most visually interesting movie, but kind of boring concept. Elemental, again, not so great in terms of a story. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, maybe the first 15 minutes was good, but then it just kind of really sputtered out. Haunted Mansion, Maestro, I really wanted that one to be interesting and good, but not quite. The Mother, which was a Netflix hit, didn't really care for it. I love Jennifer Lawrence, or Jennifer Love Hewitt, or I'm destroying names. J-Lo, I love J-Lo, but again, it wasn't that great. Meg 2, wow, really bad. Finally, Knock at the Cabin, M. Night Shyamalan, please try and make something a little different. Wonka, also not so great, and Transformers, couldn't say good things about that. So anyway, there you have my top movies of the year, movies that I think are interesting, movies I think you should avoid. I hope you enjoyed this list. I hope it was informative. If you differ with my opinion, if you have other opinions, comments, movies you think I should check out, write them in the comments below. A lot of movies I didn't get to check out. Theater Camp, another one. There's so many films I hear about every single day, every week, and I have an ongoing list, but it's impossible to watch them all. But if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, stay up to date on the latest film news, latest tech news, and I'll be back tomorrow with movies I look forward to in the year 2024. Have a happy and safe New Year's Eve. And if you're already celebrating New Year's, depending where you are in the world, have a happy New Year. See you all in the next video. Peace.